I am trying to get the video camera to work. Hold on. It's being very persnickety. Don't know why. Really persnickety. We don't like it. Oh, back here. Yes, this is what you want. Ah, there we go. I think I got it. Hi, everybody. I'm Skip Alzheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime streaming show, where we watch old 16mm films. And that one, we got it from this giant collection that we're scanning for Coronet, or the company that owns Coronet. And that one didn't have a soundtrack, so that was like a, I don't know if you want to call it a master reel or I don't know. But sometimes we would run across films that are supposed to have a soundtrack, but that one didn't. I should say that I did not grow up with ostriches, but there were emus in my life. My father, at one point, bit the emu Kool-Aid and had a couple of emus at the house. I was pretty much on my way to college, so I didn't have to directly deal with them, but every time I would visit for holidays and summer, we would have to deal with the emus. And they're not very smart. I mean, they are really dinosaurs, because they're their arms are like this thick. And my dad was nearly killed by one inadvertently. But yeah, crazy time. So anyways, yeah, we watch old 16mm films and share life stories. I think that's what it's all about here. On the scanner behind me, the Cintel scanner, I've got a film set up called Aary. It's Encyclopedia Britannica film, and it just lost tension, so I'm going to start it and get the tension and get it rolling. So, enjoy.
Aunt Aary Carpenter lives near Coweta Creek.
All right, here we go.
She draws her water from a well. A fireplace heats her home. She grows beans and sweet potatoes in the red clay soil of her garden and cooks them on a wood stove. And nowadays, when some of us are asking, how much progress is enough? How many things do we really need? It may help us to look back through Aunt Ary's eyes to simpler times.
I was born on Hickory Knoll and lived there till I was 8 years old. My daddy, he was born on Hickory Knoll too. We used to live on Grandma Cabe's place over there where Fred Taylor now lives, and lived there till I was 8 years old. All of us young was born on Hickory Knoll, and then moved from there up where, out across over there to Cal-Eater, and lived there till I was 38 years old. Then come from there down here and been living here ever since. And I I just moved 3 times in my life, lived in 3 houses. And used, when he died, he had moved 33 times. We used to go together before ever him and his first wife was married. Yes, sir. Mommy wouldn't let me marry nobody. And so after he died, he come back here. First thing he done, of course, to come up there where I was at. Next thing you know, we was married, and then moved in here. Now I lived here, sir. A New Year's Day, I've been here 45 years. Last New Year's Day, I've been in here 45 years. Mm-hmm. And worked in the field every year unless it being one, and that's when I had the pneumonia fever. And he wouldn't let me go. I had it so bad, he wouldn't let me go to the field. Stacked roughings, cut tops, and none anything else. I've done everything but plow. Now we had this all in corn over here. Made 200 bushel of corn. You know how much corn we'd had to, you know how much, if you know anything about farming, you know how much land it takes to make 200 bushel. I've helped raise tobacco all my life, and I always loved to raise tobacco. I did, I always loved to raise tobacco. We sold $100 worth of tobacco. I don't know what, we never had enough need if we hadn't had something to raise, to sell. Sold tobacco for money and then took the money and bought something to eat. That's where we got it. Yes, sir. They lived here for 50, 60 years before I come here. Uncle Bud and Aunt Aary lived here ever since they'd been married. Uncle Bud dwelled this place, and when we come here, we just come in here. And then we built this house here, all this here. Everything, house, barn, everything is here. Yes, sir, we built and then you. Everything but, except that old big chimney down where they be doing her cooking. Yeah. You know, it takes some good wood to cook on the fireplace, and I love to cook on the fireplace. Now I do. It's good. Stove cooking's all right. But I like it. I like stove cooking, and it's so much easier. Oh, it's so much easier. I always have plenty of shell beans, and pickled beans, and leather breeches beans, and you see, they're dried. You get them green, pick them green and string them on a string, sun thread, and hang them upstairs or somewhere. And be sure you don't hang them in the sunshine. If you do, they'll be so tough you can't cook them. And then when you go to cook them, take them off that string and break them up, like they are, and put them in a pan of cold water or something, and let them stay there the next morning, and pour that water off, then put this in soda in there, and parboil them, and wash that all out, and put them in and cook them like that. I have them up every day. And I love beans of any kind. I don't care what kind they use. Oh, we used to have lots of hogs. Had them on the mountain. Go kill. We've killed 4 big hogs in 1 year. I've meat eater. Y'all never said that's really nice to style. Said that's really nice stuff, because I eat so much meat. I don't need to burn. Now, you see that little house right down there? That's a spring house. Well, I just couldn't bear to drink that water to save my life. And it's got isinglass in it. Papa gave me a cow when I was married. Give every one of the young's a cow. Well, I took my cow, and sold it and had my well done. I said, I wasn't going to drink that old nasty water. As nice as it could be. That's all right for a spring house. You took your stuff down there in jars and things, and that was all right for a spring house. But I said, I'm not going to drink that old nasty water. Of course, I wouldn't have it done away with for nothing. You lived here, and I lived up down where Van Bell now lives. Come up there early one morning, we went picked up all the shirts and we could carry home. Sold them, bought shoes with them. That's the way I used to get my shoes. Pick up chestnuts, when there used to be so many chestnuts all back up in there, up in the Devil's Cove and all places up in there. That's where we picked up chestnuts. Yeah, they all took the blight and all of them died. Ain't a chestnut tree living, I know of nowhere. One year there was 300 bushel apples went from here. Now there's measured. We sold 100 bushel, got the money for them, and give the other 200 bushel away. That's the way we've done. Yeah. We've worked pretty hard. I've enjoyed it too. I'd rather work as to play. He'd rather work as to play. If I get to playing about too much, go and lay down and rest a little while and get up and go back to doing something else. Yes, sir. But I've enjoyed and I enjoy quilting the best of anything in this world. Get your cloth and get your whatever design. I've done some good work on that, I can tell you, but I can't now. How I wish I could quilt and do like I used to. This is up for children's wife's crafts all these years. I never had no such dresses as this. I wasn't able to have it. Now I piece her one, and me one, and she get her half and I get my half. That's how come we have so many quilts. Of course, I never had nothing like that. I always had a sick mother and had to stay at home and wait on her most of my life. Yeah. But all that was a joy of my life. Working with that, working every little piece. Well, I don't to go in the fits when I have sit here all day in the rain. Now, that's the truth. I just get so lonesome I just can't hardly live. And I can't get out in it. Well, now, if you live to be as old as I am, you may never live to see the day you're 86 years old, nearly 87. If you do, you remember what I tell you. You learn to make yourself do lots of things that you never did think you could do. I learned to make myself not be lonesome. A lot here lately, since Eunice is gone, and nobody here but me, you listen to the radio, but you listen to it and you can't say never a word to it. You listen to it all the time, and you know, when you listen to somebody, you can answer back or they can answer you back. You learn to pay no attention to things like that. I do. Turn off that radio. Sometimes I get aggravated at that. What do? Half the time I don't know what it says. I've learned better than that. Yours will too. Yes, sir. I'll tell you, sometimes you get pretty lonely. Sometimes you get mighty blue. Sometimes you feel like getting up and going somewhere, there's no telling where. And if it wasn't for walking in the snakes, now, in the cold weather I can't walk in it, but once many snakes are crawling around here, I'd go down here lots of nights and stay there, supper, then come back up here and pass away the time. See, Evelyn works, their youngest girl down here works at Franklin, and she don't come in till 11 o'clock every night. Well, they stay up, mostly, and keep the light on. Well, it wouldn't hinder them. You know, they wouldn't care a cent. But it would me coming back in the snake, and I got so okay to see good like I used to, and I'd be on like I was that day that pushed me off of that now. Now, I never did see that snake. He pushed me off of that snake, and I never did see it. No, well, he could easily bit me, but he pushed me off of it. How that scared me, though. Sort of scared me the other morning when I picked that up, too, I can tell you. Of course, he was dead, but I didn't know he was dead. Didn't know he was living either. A love of money is the root of all evil. I don't love money. It scares me to death to have money. That's right. I'm afraid somebody come in on me and scare the life out of me. I'll tell you where all our money goes to. Into the church. Got $4,000 in that church over there. And it take a what we live on, that's $4,000 about all we've ever made. Well, you catch your bread up on water, and after a while it'll come back to you. Now, I've tried that. I've tried that over and over, being good to people. After a while, I don't care whether they appreciate it right that minute, but after a while, God does that. Yes, sir. He'll see that you took care of. Yes, sir. And the Bible tells us if anybody slaps you on one cheek, turn the other cheek. I don't do that. I don't. I don't want nobody slapping me about it. If you come left letting somebody run over, they'll tramp you under the feet. And I don't do it. I'll say something back. If I say something back, I have to say it and run. Well, I've had lots of happiness in my life. I'll tell you the truth, I don't know hardly what it has been the happiest of my life. I guess when it's all here, see, my daddy lived with me and died here. And Uncle Bud and Aunt Aary lived here and died here. And Bertha lived here, but she didn't die here. That was Eunice's half-sister. Well, when it's all here, and all having a good time together, just like we are today. All happy as we could be, I call it. That's the happiest time in your life. Yes, sir. Yeah. And another thing, the happiest time in my life, when we used to have a revival meeting at Coweta, and everybody in the church gets to shouting. That's about the happiest time ever I seen in my life. Everybody's as happy as they could be. Don't see many of them days now, though. Scare about to death to see anybody shout nowadays, wouldn't it? Well, I guess I've always laughed too much, but I've liked my part of the laughing in the world.
So, some folks mentioned some great things in the comments. Taryn, sorry to make you cry, but I'm happy that you enjoyed the film, and I'm happy you guys all enjoyed the film. You know, it's not all about goofy laughs. Sometimes we come across the film that's genuinely touching and interesting. Kevin mentioned Apple Shop. Apple Shop is a archive community center in Whitesburg, Kentucky, which I've done work with a couple of times. We've digitized films for them. We also did some consulting work with them. But anyways, they were set up in the 70s, maybe late 60s, to kind of help document the culture of the Appalachians and the Blue Ridge. The description for this film says supposedly it's in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, but I'm not quite sure where. But in the mid-70s and early 70s, there was a big kind of looking back to the people in the mountains for the cultures, because they were keeping the cultures alive. They were keeping the arts and crafts alive. They were keeping food, song, dance. All of that was being captured. And Firefox was a series of books which kind of captured and wrote about these different things. And it kind of, my parents loved it, man. They got all the Firefox books, and we would go and visit these festivals in the mountains and all this stuff. And you know, here I was, eager for a screen. At that time was a TV screen and ultimately a computer screen. But there is something very fascinating about this time, this kind of return to that. And prior to that was there was a lot of news, kind of exploitive news about the poor in that area, and basically not making fun of, but just saying like, look how these people are living, and this is in one of the richest countries in the world, and look, you know, there's no literacy, and these people are backwards. And this is kind of where the feeling of deliverance came from. And you know, you have these modern civilized people coming in and being trounced by nature and by the people in those areas. So there's kind of this weird fear and all this, but there was a lot of people that lived in those areas that were really upset that they were getting national and international attention, where camera crews would just show up and film coal miners, like as they came out of the coal mines, like covered in coal dust and, you know, playing with their babies. And so much so that actually somebody who was trying to capture like a very a portrait that was not exploitive. He was from Canada. He was shooting stuff for a big project they were going to do at the expo, and he got shot and killed. Like somebody was mad and said, like, we're sick of you out-of-towners coming up here and making us look like fools. And he shot him, killed him. So anyways, that's something that I learned at Apple Shop about that. Okay, on that note, that happy note, I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching stuff and appreciating stuff like that. So this next film is The Dairy Belt, and it's about the Dairy Belt. Enjoy.
Milk is one of our most wholesome foods. It is an important item in the diet of people who live in the United States and Canada, as well as other countries throughout the world. It is especially good for the health of young children. Most of our milk comes from cows, whose bodies provide milk for their young calves. However, people use much more milk than calves do. Most milk cows today are kept and milked by dairy farmers, who earn their living by selling milk. Now, where are the milk cows and the dairy farms of the United States located? These dots give an idea about where the milk cows are, scattered throughout the states on various types of farms. These dots show the location of dairy farms. Half the cows on these farms live in an area commonly called the dairy belt, where dairy farming is the most important agricultural activity. This dairy belt is partly in Canada. Conditions that aid milk production include good care, protection in barns from extremely hot and extremely cold weather, and large amounts of fresh, clean water. Water must be available to the cows wherever they are, in the barn, in the lot just outside the barn, and in the pasture. A condition that is most important for milk production is good feed. Cows need rough feed, such as pasture grass, hay, and silage. They also need concentrated feed. Concentrated feed is generally made by grinding together a balanced mixture of feeds, which usually includes corn and oats and may include cottonseed, soybeans, peanuts, linseed, and minerals. Dairy farmers must buy the feeds they do not grow. However, they grow most of their own feeds, because providing feed for cattle is about half the farm cost of dairying. Let us see how feed is provided on two dairy farms which are nearly 1,000 miles apart. We go first to central New York State to see a farm typical of that region, owned and operated by Mr. Calvin Roman. Its 160 acres of land are used mostly for crops and pasture. Mr. Roman has about 30 milk cows. The farm's milk goes to the New York City area, over 200 miles away, where it is sold as fresh milk. Grassland, which is used continuously for pasture, takes up about half the farmland. Most of this pasture is on land that is too rocky or too steep for planting in crops. Grasses help prevent slopes from heavy rains. The climate here is humid. The damp air and moderate temperatures of summer slow down evaporation of the soil's moisture, some of which comes from winter snows. With damp soil and moderate summers, the grass grows well. Pasture grass is an important and inexpensive source of cattle feed on the Roman farm. Now let's visit the other dairy farm. It is located in southeastern Wisconsin and is owned and operated by Mr. Ben Dibble. Mr. Dibble's farm is slightly smaller in acreage than Mr. Roman's New York farm, but it has a few more cows. Fresh milk from this farm is sold in Chicago, 100 miles away. As compared with the Roman farm, a much smaller amount of Mr. Dibble's land is in pasture. Except for the ungrazed marsh near the lake, Mr. Dibble's pasture land is usually drier. There is less rain and snow here. Melting snow often runs off frozen ground rather than soaking in. A larger part of Mr. Dibble's land is in crops: corn, hay, and oats, the three most important crops on all dairy farms. By raising more of these feed crops, Mr. Dibble is able to feed more cows with less pasture. The grain from oats is mixed with the concentrated feed during grinding. The stalks provide Mr. Dibble with straw to be used as bedding on the floor of his dairy barn. The straw is removed with the manure and spread upon the ground to decay. This decayed material becomes part of the humus in the soil, which makes the ground more fertile. The soil of the Dibble farm raises good crops. The large level fields are especially suited to the use of machinery. In spite of a short growing season, the climate is good for feed crops. The harvest of summer and fall, such as alfalfa hay, must be stored for feeding to the cattle in winter. When they gather the crops, Mr. Dibble's son, Art, is kept very busy when he is not in school. The most important crop on the dairy farms of southeastern Wisconsin is corn. Corn, sometimes grown with sorghum, is chopped while the ears are still soft and the stalks green. This green feed is then stored in a silo to be fed as silage. Most of the silage is used in winter when pastures are not available. Corn not used for silage is allowed to ripen. Then the ears are harvested as grain. Like oats, this corn is ground with the concentrated feed. Now let's return to the Roman farm in New York State. Because more of the land here is in pastures and woods, we find less land in crops. The crops, however, are the same as those on the Dibble farm: oats, hay, and corn. Of these crops, hay is the most important one on the Roman farm. Both farmers get at least 2 crops of hay during the summer. After Mr. Roman finishes cutting this field of alfalfa mixed with brome grass, he will allow it to dry before baling it. All of Mr. Roman's corn is cut for silage because he can buy shelled corn from the Corn Belt cheaper than he can raise it. On these farms, we have seen both similarities and differences in the ways that land is used to provide feed for cattle. Throughout the dairy belt, sanitation and cleanliness in barns and milk houses are of utmost importance. Many sanitary practices are required by the states and cities in order to protect the health of all who drink milk. Cleanliness on a dairy farm means work, and the Dibble family divides the chores. Before each milking, Mr. Dibble washes the udders of the cows. The cows are milked twice a day. After each milking, twice a day, Art Dibble cleans the floor, removing the manure and straw with the help of a mechanical conveyance. After each milking, the milk is stored in a cooling tank, and Mrs. Dibble washes the milking equipment. To be assured that milk is kept clean as it leaves the Dibble farm, it is pumped from the cooling tank through a hose into a refrigerated tank truck. A sample of the milk is taken daily to be examined for bacteria. In the milk house, the bulk cooling tank keeps the fluid milk fresh. Because milk will sour quickly when it is warm, it must be kept refrigerated and transported to market as quickly as possible. The cool climate of the dairy belt makes less refrigeration necessary. Prompt collection and delivery during winter months requires all roads to be kept free of heavy snow. When there is more fluid milk than needed, the surplus milk is made into manufactured products. Wisconsin has a greater surplus than New York. In some of these plants, the cream is separated from the milk and made into butter. The milk that is left has the water removed, and the solids are sold as powdered milk. Other important manufactured products are cottage cheese and cheddar cheese. Plants in and near the larger cities make ice cream, and they package the milk that trucks bring in. Most milk of the dairy belt is packaged in cartons and distributed as fluid milk. In the western part of the dairy belt that centers on Wisconsin, the Chicago-Milwaukee area is the largest market for fluid milk. Therefore, the closer areas produce mainly fluid milk. In areas farther away from the cities, much of the milk goes into cheese production. Cheese, a more concentrated food, is more valuable per pound than milk and can stand the greater transportation charges. About half of the cheese of the United States is made in Wisconsin. Still farther from the cities, an even more valuable product, butter, is made from much of the milk. Minnesota leads the United States in butter production. A much larger proportion of the milk produced in the western part of the dairy belt goes into manufactured products than in the eastern part. The dairy belt produces a number of other valuable farm products. These are poultry and eggs, meat animals, vegetables, and fruits such as apples, cherries, grapes, pears, and cranberries. Most of the people of the dairy belt live in cities, since the dairy belt and the manufacturing belt, in part, occupy the same area. The purchasing power of the people in these cities and suburbs makes possible the existence of the dairy belt. Most of the cities are growing larger, and their suburbs are spreading rapidly over nearby farmland once used for dairying. Such land is valued at a price too high to make farming profitable. This land, now zoned for industry, was once a dairy farm. Until a few years ago, it was owned and operated by Mr. Dibble, who had lived here from birth. He sold this place and moved to his present farm when an interstate highway took part of the land and cut the farm in two. Dairy belt farmers are finding many ways to produce more milk on less land. They must do so if they are to stay in business and feed an expanding population. In the future, there will be fewer farms, but they will be larger in size and have more cows.
Milk. Quite a few films about milk from various entities. That one was, I believe, from Indiana University, who we do work for. They have a vast archive of old educational films that they used to lend out to other universities. And now they are doing a big effort to digitize a bunch of it. And so I hope they have a better copy of that doesn't have a big scratch on it. Speaking of big scratches, this next film is pretty great. From the 70s, Emergency Driving Procedures. Enjoy.
one time or other, every driver has faced, or will face, emergency situations. They are frequent and predictable in every way, but two. We don't know when, and we don't know who will be involved. The professional driving staff at the GM Proving Ground has developed a course in emergency driving procedures. It has been carefully planned to develop and train proper responses on the part of the driver. The whole course is based on a simple premise. If you know what your car can do, if you know what can happen, then you can prevent certain things from happening. Taking the course today is Allison Potter, a 19-year-old girl who's been driving for just 3 years. She's alert and a good driver, but this is her first chance to learn from the experts.
Well, how do you think I'm going to do?
Well, I think you'll do all right. You're young, you've got good reflexes, you've had a little driving experience. I think you'll find a lot about the car today. Why don't we get in the car and go through the course?
Okay.
All right, Allison, I want you to adjust the seat. Now the mirrors. Put the restraint system on. I want you to place your hands at the 9-3 position on the steering wheel.
Any special reason to put them at 9 and 3?
Well, the reason we use 9-3, it gives us the opportunity to get a full 180-degree steering input into the car without moving our hands. Plus, it's a balanced hand position. That is, any side movement of your body, the movement straight through the steering wheel, it doesn't affect your steering. I don't want you to start the car. All right. Put it into drive. And now we're going to move straight out here towards the serpentine course.
Okay.
I want you to stop right in line with these cones that you see in front of you.
Okay.
That's good. Straighten it right up. All right. And bring the car to a nice, easy stop. Now this is the serpentine. Now the purpose of this exercise is threefold. One, to give you practice in a 9-3 hand position, making left and right stern reverses. And two, to give you practice holding a steady accelerator, in this case about 20 miles per hour. And three, a little space reference as to where your car is in relationship to a cone. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to run a slalom. You know what a slalom is?
Yeah, on skis I do.
All right. Well, this is just like a slalom on skis, except you're doing it with a car. And I'll help you through by telling you when to turn the first time through.
Okay.
All right. Start on the left-hand side. Put the car in gear. Move forward. All right.
Okay.
Get it all lined up. That's it. Nice and easy. Good. And right. And left. And right. And left. And right. And left. All right, now turn around to the right and go back up to the head of the course. And this time I want you to do it again and work on your hand position. You're letting your hand slip out of the 9-3 and work on your timing and holding the accelerator steady.
It's hard to hold my hands there.
Well,
Not
it
used
takes
to it
practice.
At all.
It takes practice, but it'll come with practice. And that's why we're starting out with this exercise. All right, turn around right here. This time you make the run without me cueing you. Time yourself. All right, pick your speed up. I'll watch it. Pick it up.
Start now?
Start now. Pick it up, 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 up. That's good. Steady right there. That's it. You're a little close.
I should be about in the middle, eh? If I'm going
Well,
right?
you're a little tight. You had your timing off just a little bit with that cone. All right, up to the beginning of the course, and we'll run one more time. And this time we'll run our speed up a little higher. Up. Up, 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 up. Steady, right there.
Oh, that was a little close.
Yeah, it's all right. You just missed it. Even though you thought it was close, it was a lot smoother this time. You kept your hands in the right place.
Oh, that's good.
Not bad at all. All right, we'll go on up to where we started. All right, Allison, this is the evasive exercise. What I want you to do is proceed down the course. When we get down to the Q zone, I'm going to yell right or left. What I want you to do is no brake, no gas, steer the car on either side of the barrier to the right or to the left. I'll watch your speed. All you have to do is watch the cue. Now, don't try to anticipate me. Just concentrate on the cue. All right, put it in gear, and let's start down the lane. Pick up your speed. I'll watch your speed for you.
Okay.
Pick it up, 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 steady right there. Keep your accelerator steady. Ease off a little bit. You're still accelerating.
Okay.
All right, nice and easy. That's it. Right.
Oh!
All right, all right. Remember what I said?
Yeah.
Once you commit the car, keep going. I called right. You went left. You saw what happened. You hesitated.
Yes.
And now we've got 4 or 5 cones down. You hit the barrier because you tried to change your mind. All right. We'll go on down to the head of the course. Turn around and try it again. All right, Allison, let's make another run at it. Put the car in gear, start down the lane.
Okay.
We'll make it just a little faster this time. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Up, 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 up. Steady, right there. Hold it. Ease off the accelerator. Still accelerating a little bit. That's it. Flip! And counter steer quick. Whoop, whoop. You didn't get enough steering into it. See, you didn't get enough left steer into it. All right, turn right around. You still caught that corner.
Gee.
Well, you gotta steer all you can to the left.
I know.
In order to miss that barrier. Now, you still want to move your hands a little bit on the steering wheel.
Yeah,
You want to try to hold the 9-3. All right, let's go on back up and make another run. All right, Allison, let's try it again now. Put it in gear.
Okay.
Only your speed. Remember, just try not to anticipate. Wait for my command.
Okay.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, 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 steady, right there. Keep your speed steady. Ease off the accelerator a little bit. Little more, little more. Right! That's it. That's better. That's better. Much better. All right, slow the car up. Turn around to the left.
Okay.
This is the off-road recovery exercise, Allison. Now, ordinarily, if you would drop 2 wheels off the pavement, you would slow down, gain control of the car, come back up on the pavement when it's safe to do so. But a lot of times you don't have the ordinary circumstances. Your path may be blocked by a hitchhiker, a bridge abutment, or some other vehicle on the side of the road. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to come back. Now, when people do this or attempt to get the car back on quickly, 2 things happen. One is they hear the gravel underneath the car and they get excited and they put an enormous steering input into the car, and when the car does come back up on the pavement, they can't recover in time. The other thing they do is many times that the difference between the pavement and the shoulder is 4 to 6 inches due to poor roadside maintenance. So what they do, they try to ease the car back up on the pavement and they get the tire scrubbing like this.
Oh, yeah.
Then it takes more and more steering effort to get the car up, and then when it does come up, it shoots across the pavement so fast they can't counter steer. What I want you to do is drop 2 wheels off the pavement, straddle the pavement, give the wheels room to work, using the 9-3 hand position, a little 90-degree steering input. As soon as you feel or hear the tire impact the curb, straighten the car up and go on and make down your lane, maintain your position.
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
No, no question.
All right, then we're going down here, turn around, and you're going to try it.
Okay.
Pick it right up. Pick it up, 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 steady. All right, drop 2 wheels off now. Center of the car. All right, now bring it back up now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's it. Little straggy.
Yeah, I was.
All right, slow the car down. Stop and turn around and we'll make another run.
Okay.
All right, Allison, I want you to put the car in gear. I want you to do it now. Pick it right up, pick your speed right up. Up, 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 up. That's plenty, that's good. All right, drop 2 wheels off. That's good. Center the car. All right, now bring it back on now. Counter steer. Oh, you didn't quite. You want to take your steering out a little too early. Wait till you feel that wheel impact the curb. Then break that counter steer. All right, slow up, stop, turn around. All right, Allison, let's try it again now. Put it in gear.
Okay, I'm going to really think about it this time.
Okay, think of it. That's right. You got to think what you're doing. Pick it right up, 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 up. That's good. Drop 2 wheels off.
Center the car. Now bring it back on now. That's better. That's better. Good. This is a controlled braking exercise, Allison. I want you to put the car in gear and slowly go down this 12-foot lane.
Okay.
Now the purpose of this is to teach you to use the brake sensibly. That is to the point of just before lockup and still maintain steering control. Now you're coming down this 12-foot lane, you see your path is blocked, just like a car suddenly stopped. When I say now, I want you to steer to the left and start your brake. Put the car over in the left-hand lane, steer back into the right-hand lane, and come to a complete stop without squealing the tires.
Okay.
And without locking the brakes. Okay.
Right.
All right, turn around to the left and to the back, and you'll run it now at full speed. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, 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 up. A little higher, higher, steady, right there. Nice and easy. Now, brake, easy. A little more brake, a little more brake. Right in there, get the car completely straightened up. See, you didn't get the car completely straightened up.
Oh.
Okay, turn around.
Okay.
You want to remember one thing. Keep the car straight up in the right-hand lane. Get it straightened up. Okay. Put it in gear. Start right down the lane. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Remember, you want to get the car straightened up in the right-hand lane this time
You're
properly.
giving me a lot to remember this
A
time.
little up. That's all right. That's it. Steady. Now, brake, easy, and back, and get it straightened up and stop completely. That's it. That's
That better?
better. You're thinking that time. All right,
Okay.
turn it around to the left, and we'll try it one more time. All right, Allison, we had a pretty good run this time. We're going to try it a little faster with a little more finesse. All right, put it in gear, and let's start down the lane.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, 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 steady, right there, good. Now, that's it, a little more, that's it. Get it straightened up, come on, that's it. All right, you didn't quite steer far enough to the
No.
left. You just caught the corner of the barrier. But a lot of action. Okay, to the left.
Oh, gee.
Keep working. That's what you got to do, is keep working at it. Concentrate on what you're doing this time. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, 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 up. That's good, steady, right there. Now, brake, that's it. That's it. That's it. Good, not bad for a girl.
Hey, we're just as good drivers as you guys are.
Well, that's true. You can make a good driver if you just work at it. All right, let's turn around and go on back where we started from.
Ooh, yeah, that felt better.
Good, glad it did. Now this is a car that's set up with the blowout simulators, which enables me to give you a front or rear blowout at any time I so desire.
You're going to tell me which one?
No, I won't, because you never know which tire is going to blow. So what I want you to do is drive up here, and when you sense the tire goes down, has a blowout, I want you to steer the car accordingly.
Well, what do I do? Which way?
Put off the gas, no brake, gain control of the car, maintain your lane position. You're going to have to steer the car usually away from the blowout. All right. Steer, steer, that's it. Nice and easy, good. Slow up, slow up. All right, now nice, gentle brake and pull over to the side of the road and stop. That's good. All right, Allison, let's wait a few seconds till the tire reinflates, and then we'll try another blowout.
Okay.
All right, fine. That's good speed. And let's steer it, that's it. Don't brake, that's good. Nice and easy. All right, now ease the car right over to the side of the road. Bring it to a nice, gentle stop.
Well, how was that one?
Better?
Better?
Yes,
Good.
much better. Okay, fine.
Felt a little smoother,
A
not...
little smoother, you get a little more confidence this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Allison, let's put the car in gear, go back up the roadway. We'll try some more blowout work.
Okay.
All right, pick your car right up. Pick it up, 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 up. That's good, steady. That's fine.
Hey, you pulled the rear one on me that time.
That's all right. You know, I told you it could be either one. I told you it could be either one. It's a little different to handle, and especially in this particular piece of roadway.
Yeah, you can feel the back end sort of skid out from underneath.
That's right. That's where you want to catch that little skid and then get your steering in the opposite direction in order to stay in your lane. Okay, you didn't too bad there. Just a little bit tendency you wanted to go for that brake, but then you thought about it and didn't.
Yeah. It's a hard reaction to overcome. You just naturally go for the brake
That's true.
when something happens.
And the brake and the blow-up's the last thing you want to do. All right, Allison, this is the skid course, and what I want you to do is put the car in gear and start down this cone-marked lane. Now, this lane leads us into the skid surface, nice and easy, very slow. This is a skid exercise. Someplace in this course I'm going to induce a skid, and all I do to induce a skid is just simply push this button. When you sense that skid, all I want you to do is to take your foot off the gas, don't touch the brake, steer the car. The back end of the car steers to the right, you go to the right. If it skids to the left, you go to the left. And above all, be ready for a second skid if it should occur. All right, let's turn around, start back to the head of the course, and start over again. All right, Allison, let's you try it now. We're going to have an actual skid this time. Put the car in gear, enter the course, and just respond, 9-3 hand position. When you sense what the car is doing, counter steer, take your foot off the gas, don't touch the brake.
Okay.
All right, nice and easy. That's a good speed right there. Fine. Keep working on it. Keep steering. Keep steering.
Okay.
All right. That's fine. All right, we'll turn around and run another.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that noise with the water.
That comes up, just a skid indicator. Allison, let's go in again. Keep our speed up. Watch your hand position again. Get it right in there and do a good job on it. All right, pick it up, pick it up. That's it. A little higher. That's good.
Oh,
That's good.
Gee.
Work on it, work on it. You're slow. There goes the course. Up, well. All
stalled
right. Yes, you were way slow. You know, steering was slow and you give up steering. You got to keep at it all the time.
It's a lot of things to remember.
Well, it is, but of course there's a lot of things to remember in a skid in real life, you know,
Yeah.
those cars and everything else coming at you. All right, we'll try it again. Okay, Allison, we had a little problems last time. Let's see if we can correct those by steering just a little faster, all right? Let's put the car in gear and move into the course. Remember, you got to steer quick.
Same speed as last time?
Same speed. Got to steer quick. Get your foot off that gas and really work the steering wheel, because you had a couple real quick movements needed there. Skid, all right. Right in there. That's good. Nice and easy. That's it. Keep working. Keep working. Keep working. All right. All right. Catch it. That's it. Okay. Come right on around. I'll go back. Try
That
another
hand
one.
position feels funny. I can't keep them there.
Well, that's the place to start. But remember, you may have to shift your hands to hand over hand. All right?
Okay.
Well, you've had quite a day today. It's been
Yeah, I
a
sure
lot of
have.
experience. You've had a lot of driving experiences today, and you didn't do a bad job for a beginner.
Well, I think everybody's a beginner when it comes to emergencies, really.
Well, you've had the experience in a control situation. You just want to remember it's a little different out there in the world. Just think about it.
Okay. You know, I think the most important thing I learned from this course was that your car will work. You just got to do the right thing at the right time.
We've always known that, Allison. It's a matter of you learning what your capabilities and limitations were. It's just like skiing or baseball. You've got a split second to make a decision, and you better make it right the first time.
Also, I'd really like to thank you for all the helpful hints you've given me. And I don't think I'll ever forget anything I learned here.
Well, we've certainly enjoyed it, and you can rest assured we won't forget you.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. It definitely took me back to my driver's ed days back in high school. Had a pretty patient, good-natured, I think he was baseball coach. I think they were all coaches. But anyways, yeah, you know, with braking, I think all of us maybe were very meek, and so I wasn't putting on the brake fast enough, and you know, some kids were like doing it too fast, and so I remember he said, okay, we're on some country road, and he says, I want you to stop at that mailbox on the side. So I kind of put the brake on and eased it on, and then just kind of glided past the the mailbox. Anyways, I don't know, do they still have driver's ed? I see it, I guess, but is it still part of school? I'm not sure, but thanks for joining us today. Today was an interesting variety of films, and that's kind of what we do here at AV Geeks, is we pull out these 16mm films and we get to see different things that evoke different emotional responses. And sometimes they are annoying emotional responses. They're just like, ah! And sometimes they're nice and gentle and whatever. But I'm happy that you're along with us for the ride. You can support us in this effort of showing you films by hitting the thumbs up button, the like button, subscribe, tell friends about it, tell your enemies about it. You can also go to ko-fi.com/avgeeks and buy us coffee. And we have been working over the last week on our new online channel, which is very much in a primitive state, but it's basically guarantees you can watch stuff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of previous lunch shows, and then also other things that we haven't shown. I did some math. I don't know if I mentioned this. Based on how many... So, we're on our 632nd film. I didn't mark the 600th film because in going through, I have someone who's helped me kind of go through our episode list, and he noticed that I had done the 600th episode like a week before. Like my numbering scheme wasn't right. And we're on our 3,043rd film. So doing math, I figured out that roughly we're showing 4.8 films per episode. And if we were to continue at that rate, we will watch all 30,000 films that I have, provided I don't get more films, and provided that number is correct. Doing a weekday show that's an hour long, basically we would watch all the films in 21 years. So I got to step it up, and show you more stuff. So this channel, this 24/7 channel, might be a place that I'll put some of this content. And I'll certainly continue doing this show as long as you're willing, and as long as I'm still kicking and I don't get something that's taking my time. I will continue to do this. Even when I go on vacation, I'll put together shows. They might not be live, but we'll still do this. But we're not going to be able to see all the films in a timely manner, so I need to figure that out. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. It means a lot. As always, rewind. Otherwise, the devil will get you. But really, please rewind and love each other and love yourself, because we love you. And everybody have a great rest of your day. Here's information about the channel on this next screen. Everybody have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow.